All right, now for more fun stuff. Last week's webinar, we had a really great time explaining how to create a super awesome, compelling offer and the fundamental uh, elements of what make an offer compelling and make people want to use that offer. In this webinar, the tip of the week is how to create a simple lead magnet. And if you don't know what a lead magnet is, we'll cover that in the next few slides. But it's definitely, I think, every website should have a lead magnet. And hopefully after this small mini presentation here, you'll be motivated to add a lead magnet to your Brilliant Directories website as well. All right, and a good thing here is we got Patrick on board, who was able to set up a kind of on our interior design demo site that we've used in previous webinars, a method to create your first lead magnet quickly and easily on your Brilliant Directory site in just 3 steps, and we will definitely review that with you guys. So what is a lead magnet? You guys have clicked around the web and you see things that say, hey, download the 10 tips for successful moms and dads, or some kind of an ebook, or some kind of an offering that compels you to give your email address or some type of contact information in exchange for the information that they're offering. So a lead magnet is exactly that. It's a free offering in exchange for some information. It's generally a digital asset. It's either some information that you get access to, a digital download, or like I mentioned before, an ebook. And it's an asset used to attract prospects. So generally that content will really appeal to someone or some company in a certain industry about information that is going to benefit them. And that takes us to number 3, is the information that you're offering should actually solve a real problem, or at least provide actionable steps or insight into how your information will better their lives, better their businesses, improve something for them somehow. And also, lead magnets are a really great way to build your brand, because if you're the company that's creating these lead magnets that provide authoritative knowledge in a certain industry, it could be, again, like I mentioned, for moms and dads, it could be how to climb the corporate ladder. It could be about anything. But if your brand is the one providing that information, it increases your credibility, trust, and authority within your industry. And also, the lead magnet creates shareable content. So let's say I get an ebook and I love it. I might forward that ebook to my friends or colleagues. And granted, maybe they didn't download the ebook themselves, but my brand is now being shared amongst people in the industry who I want my brand to have visibility for. So there's lots of benefits for a lead magnet, but in the end, it's helping drive more prospects to your company and your brand. And examples of lead magnets, again, ebook downloads, even just signing up to a newsletter. You see things like sign up to our newsletter to receive tips and strategies on X, Y, and Z topics. Those are lead magnets. Free how-to guides. How to save 20 minutes, doing your taxes, how to do your taxes in less than 20 minutes. Those are the kind of things that, people will trade information to get to receive information. Other things are like top secret tips, free cheat sheets, stuff like that. And I just put some examples of images there, and there are ways to create these types of images where it looks like a book cover. Even though people are just probably going to get a list of text as the end result, you can use these to entice people to make your landing pages look more appealing with your lead magnets. And here are some reasons you might need a lead magnet. And in my opinion, I think everyone should at least have one lead magnet. I don't think if you need a lead magnet, there's no reason why you shouldn't. They're proven to help you generate more leads through your website. But if you need some more reasons, you might need a lead magnet if members are not joining your site, if you don't have much to offer people besides the membership, and that's not really enticing them to join your website or join your community. If you want to show that your brand is a leader within an industry, you'll probably want to create a lead magnet. if you're marketing your website and it's not leading to signups, again, maybe people just don't trust your brand. You need to demonstrate some level of authority to push people to the next step of signing up. So it helps you create, again, a compelling offer, which is what we talked about in the previous webinar, but it helps create credibility and trust and authority. But also, maybe people aren't ready to sign up today. Maybe they just want to get their feet wet with something, easy, with that doesn't require their credit card. And it could be a free membership sign up. On the other hand, it could be a lead magnet, a free how-to guide instead. Either way, if it's a free membership sign up or a free lead magnet download, you have now collected their email address and you can start marketing to them in the future and potentially sign them up to being a paid member of your site. And also, lead magnets help your community grow faster, again, because they do definitely assist you with growing your email lists, and that definitely will help to grow your community of people that actually want to participate. So here's the fun part. We're going to try to build a lead magnet in just about 5 minutes, probably a little bit more because we'll do some explaining around the things that we're doing. But Patrick and Gabe were both nice enough to spend some time before the webinar to follow these steps for creating a lead magnet. And Pat, I'll pass it over to you if you want to go through steps 1 through 3, and let me know when you're ready for me to pass the presentation back to you.
I am unmuted. Thank you, Jason. Very good presentation. And I think maybe that the only thing I'd add on top of that is that a lead magnet is a great tool to bring people to the website. So if you do a Facebook advertisement and you just say sign up for my website and they don't know who you are, they're at the awareness stage. It's unlikely they're going to come to your website. But if you're giving them an amazing product that they can get for free, that's a great way to attract people that haven't heard from you before to come to your website and learn about you and hopefully download the asset. And then hopefully from there you can nurture them to becoming a member.
Yep, well said, well said.
All right, I'm ready to go.
All right, I'm going to pass over the controls to you, Pat, and let you take it away.
All right, great. So what we did here is we just spent a couple of minutes putting this page together. Gabriel is going to share the link in the chat, so everybody that wants to get the code for this page is going to be able to get it. But what we did is we thought about putting something together that identifies the problem. We've covered that in the previous webinar. So are you tired of kicking the can down the road instead of working to get some new customers? So ideally an interior designer would be able to identify with that. And then since these are directories, something that people are very interested in is that you're the holder of information. So in this case, it's an interior design industry directory. So what we're telling the public is that we pulled 500 interior designers and they told us their secrets. And you can get access to those secrets if you want to download that right now. We went in here, we put in a testimonial, a quote from one of the members, and that builds confidence during the process. We let people know what they can expect. So we give them some ideas of things that they're going to see in the ebook. So that's the bullet list that we have at the bottom. So let them know that they'll get free tools and websites, even though they're on a tight budget. I always like putting a point on a tight budget because I feel that people are coming from the outside. One of the fears that they have is that you're going to be selling them something that's outside of their budget. So I always like to let them know that even if you're on a tight budget, this is going to be a helpful resource for you. We let them know they're going to get special offers. And I always like to tell them they're going to get live examples. So it's not just going to be theory. I'm going to show you what people are doing right now to bring in new customers in your industry. So hopefully the carrot is big enough that they're going to say all of that insider information and the problem that they're resolving, that is worth me giving them my email. And that's basically the sale that you're making. Are you providing enough value for somebody from the outside to want to give you their email because they're well aware that you'll be reaching out to them at a later date and you're likely going to nurture them. So that's the challenge of creating that lead magnet.
And the incentives and benefits that you guys come up with, it's going to be different from industry to industry, and it'll probably have to match what you're offering on the other side of providing the email address or whatever information. So I think this is a great boilerplate model. We've all seen similar pages like this, probably gathering more information. But yeah, Pat, this is a great starting landing page to work off of.
So one of the technical aspects that we had to do is we had to create a custom form and embed it on this page. And what I'd like to show everybody is how we went ahead and did this and the steps that we followed. So we'll go into the dashboard of this particular website, and then everybody has access to the form manager. So that's what we did. We went into the form manager. And from here, what we looked for, and I always recommend using this form if you're going to be creating a custom lead magnet form. We always use the contact us form. The reason why is that this form has functionality that lets you control what email goes out or what page someone goes to after they completed a form. In this example, what we did is we control what page they go to after submission. So we're going to go ahead and click on edit for the contact us form. And then a really cool feature that Brilliant Directories has is in the Actions tab on the right, we have the ability to clone that form. So what we did is we clicked on clone, and then we just gave it a unique name. And a unique variable. So that's basically all we had to do in order to copy that form. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to save it. And now we can see we have an exact copy of the contact us form. This allows us to customize what we want to collect. So we can ask them for additional information, or in this case, what we did, if you notice our form, was we got rid of everything. There's a study that Ask Nicely came out with, and they said you lose about 50% of submissions for every additional field that you ask for. So if you have a form with 2 fields instead of just 1, you're going to get about half the people submitting that. So you really have to be careful what information you're asking for in exchange for what you're trying to sell them. So in this case, what we did is we just hid the phone number field and the enter message field. And there's a field, as you can see, that is hidden. I always like choosing hidden instead of deleting in case I choose to bring it back at a later time. And then we also hid the name. So the only thing that we're collecting is the email and the send message. So we're going to go ahead and save that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill out this form. And we're going to see what happens. So fantastic. What happened is we got redirected to what's called a thank you page. So what we had to do in the form is we had to go to actions. We have to edit the form settings because we're going to have to tell the form when somebody submits this form, I want them to go to this specific page where they're going to be able to download the lead magnet that we just created.
So Pat, you've created 2 pages. We'll call this the thank you page or the success page. And you created the lead magnet page, which is where the form is for people to put in their email address.
That is correct. That is correct. So what I need to do now is I need to tell the form after somebody gives me their email, I want them to be redirected to the thank you page that I created, which is where the public's able to download this particular guide.
Gotcha. And how do you do that?
All right, so we go to actions. We'll edit the form settings.
Save actions.
In the save action, there are different options that you can choose. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to say we want the user to be redirected to a URL after they complete the form. And then all we need to do is put in the redirect URL. Whoops, it has to be the entire URL, my apologies. We put in the redirect URL, and then when we save this form, now people that complete that custom form are going to be instantly redirected to the thank you page.
Got it. So you created a new form and you created the landing page and the thank you page.
Correct. So we went ahead and created this specific page, and then we created the thank you page.
All right.
So this is the lead magnet page, the lead capture page.
I'm going to throw a curveball at you, Patrick. We didn't plan this. So you have this lead magnet page, How do you get people to this page in the first place now? What would you do to get people to this page?
What I would do is I would go to Facebook, I would go to one of my pages, and then I would embed that thank you page, and then I would run an advertisement to try to drive traffic to that thank you page.
And
So by
you would target people that you want to using Facebook ads.
exactly that, I would go in and I would create a custom audience. I'd probably already have a custom audience, and I would be specifically targeting interior designers in the specific areas that I'd like to have them sign up.
Gotcha. And what if people's members or potential members are not on Facebook? What if what would you do then?
Well, you could. There's multiple avenues for promoting. You could go on other Facebook groups. You can go in LinkedIn, which is a great resource as well. There's a lot of strategy groups on LinkedIn. Something like this. That's another thing that we didn't discuss is a lead magnet. If it's really of high value, you can go into LinkedIn into a group where interior designers are discussing strategies, and you can tell them, "Hey, I found this amazing resource," and share it with them. And that's another way to bring people to your site.
Excellent. Excellent. So
So, something here that people might be wondering is how did I get this to display? So this is promoting what the download is for, and what we did there is in the actual web page that we created, and we don't cover this very often. Here's the ebook landing page that we created. We'll click on edit. And if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see that there is the social media sharing details. I know that comes up sometimes and people ask, hey, why is the title not reflecting what my page is about? So if you ever want to control what people see when you actually post a link from your website, then that's the place to do it, right over here. And that's what's matching what you see on the front end.
title, description, and you can designate an image from your website to use as well. I see there.
Correct. You can control, as long as it's the right size, you can control what image is getting pulled, and then you can go in and you can give a custom description as well.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. So just a little bit of setup, but nothing too complicated here. So I like that you kept it simple with this example.
And what I usually recommend on a thank you page is it's a great opportunity to sell a membership at this point. Because what you've done is you've proven that you're an expert in the industry. You say, hey, here's your free resource. We hope it's helpful. By the way, did you know that you can get a free website audit? Or did you know that you can book a marketing consultation with us? Or did you know that you can get a 30-day free trial and signing up today and promoting and getting more customers? So this thank you page is a great opportunity to start selling because you've given them something and they're in a better mindset to potentially purchase from you.
Right. And now you've done something exciting for them also. You've given them some really amazing information that that should get them excited actually.
That's the idea.
All right. Thank you, Patrick. So again, guys, what we're showing is more conceptual than this will all, the actual text and images that you see here will be different, but the concept of creating 2 pages and creating a form that people need to fill out, you can do that all with your Brilliant Directories website with just a little bit of setup and help.